welcome back to our YouTube channel. The content in this video, Motivation Speech. The title is Math Isn't Hard. It is a language with my voice. %26. On the nation report part, the person you below for 12 genders for the subtraction in math. In America, we had everything as an exceptional country. Does 26% sounds exceptional to you? Raise your hand if you think as the country we need to do way better than this. I'm with you. We all need math for why so many kids confused by it. It is because only 26% of people are hardwired from math. Why 20% or not? After working with thousands of kids, I can tell you this is a case at all. Kids don't understand math because we have been teaching it at the humanized subject. But if we make math human again, it will start make sense again. You are probably wondering how it's made every human in the first place. So think about it. Math is a human language just like English, Spanish, and Chinese, because it allows people to communicate with each other. Even in ancient times, people need the language of math to try to build a momentum and to measure the land for farming. This idea of math, the language, isn't exactly new. A great philosopher once said, the laws of nature are written in the language of mathematics. So you see, even Galileo agreed, isn't it? But somewhere along the line, talking this language of math with about the real world around us. Abstract is beyond this recognition. That's why kids they get confused. Let me show you again. Read this third grade California math standard C, and she will make sense to 8 years old. Understand a fraction 1 over b is equality formed by 1 part. Vowel is positioned to be equals part. Understand the fraction a over b is equality formed by a part of size over b. And if you give this description to an 8-year-old, you'll probably get a reaction like this. To a math expert, this standard makes sense. But to a kid, it's absolute torture. I chose this example specifically because fractions are foundation to algebra, geometry, and even calculus. So if kids don't understand fraction in elementary and middle school, they have a tough road ahead of them in math school. That is their way. To make fractions simple and easy for kids to understand. Yes, just remember that math is a language and use that to your advantage. For example, when I teach 5th grader how to add and subtraction fraction, I start with the apple plus apple lesson. First, I ask what 1 apple plus 1 apple, and kids will often say true, which is especially correct. Have them include word as well since math is a language. It's not just true. It's 2 apples. Next is 3 pencils plus 2 pencils. All know that pencil plus pencil give your pencils. So everyone, how many pencils? A pencil is right. In the case is you include the word. I tried this lesson with my 5 niece on. After she added pencil and pencil, I asked her, what's 4 billion plus 1 billion? And my overhand heard this, and she called me and said, are you crazy? She is kindergarten. How is she supposed to know 4 billion plus 1 billion? Undaunted, my niece finished counting, looks up and said 5 billion. And I said, that is right, it is 5 billion. Socket and laughed because she didn't expect the form of 5-year-old. But all you do is take a language approach and math become intuitive and easy to understand. When I ask her a question that gardeners are definitely not supposed to know. What's 1/3 plus 1/3? And immediately she answered 2/3. So if you're wondering what she possible now that when she doesn't know about numerators and denominators yet. You see, she was thinking about numerators and denominators. She thought of the problem this way. And she used 1 apple plus 1 apple as the analogy to understand 1/3 plus 1/3. So if even a kindergartner can a fraction, you better believe that very 5th grader can do it as well. Just for fun, I asked her a high school algebra question. What's 7x squared plus 2x squared? And this little 5-year-old girl correctly answered 9x squared. And she didn't need any exponent rules to figure that out. When people say that we are either whether for math or not, it's not true. Math is a human language, so we all have the ability to understand it. And we need to take a language approach to math urgently because too many kids are lost and are anxious about math and doesn't have to the bad way. I worked with an angry freshman high school student on world-past algebra because she is now 44% on her multiplication failed. I told her that's like trying to read and only know 44% of alphabet. It's holding you back. She couldn't factor and solve questions and she had not confidence in math. As a result, this teenager had no confidence in herself. I told her, we have to start with multiplication because once you know all, you are by heart. Get easier. And it will be like having a pass to read a Disneyland. What do you think? And she said, okay. So she systematically learned her times table in 4 weeks and yes. Even multiplication has language embedded in it. You'd be surprised how many kids don't realize 7 times 3 can be spelled out as 7 times 3, which just means 3 7 times, just like this. So when kids do it, they quickly realize that repeat addition is slow and inconvenient. So they gladly memorize that 3 7 times always give you 21. So for this teenager was at risk of dropping out. Becoming fluent and confident in multiplication was a game changer. Because for the first time she could focus on problem solving instead of counting off the fingers. I knew she had turned the corner when she figured that a 2-year car lease at $445 a month would cost you $10,630. And she looked at me disapprovalingly and said, Mr. Palisok, that's expensive. At that moment, math was longer causing a problem for her. But she was using math to solve problems as a responsible adult for. As an educator, it's my duty to challenge kids to write higher. So I leave you with this challenge. Our country is stuck at 26% proficiency, and I challenge you to push that number higher. This is important because mathematical things not only build your mind, but our kids need to imagine and build future that doesn't yet exist. Meeting this challenge can be as simple as apple plus apple. Inside that touch math as a human language and we will get there sooner rather than later. Thank you.